Have you ever looked at your life after turning 30 and felt like everything you built suddenly disappeared? Maybe your business collapsed, your job ended, your savings vanished, or a relationship you depended on fell apart. And in that quiet moment, when everyone else seems to be moving forward, you're left wondering how you're supposed to start again. Losing everything after 30 feels different from failing in your 20s. At this stage, responsibilities are heavier. Maybe you have children depending on you. Maybe you're helping your parents. Maybe loans or rent don't stop just because life went wrong. And the pressure becomes overwhelming because you thought this part of life was supposed to be stable. Many people feel embarrassed when they must start over at this age. They compare themselves with friends who appear successful and think they're the only ones who fell behind. But here is something important. Far more people start again after 30 than anyone talks about. Many successful individuals quietly rebuilt their lives after losing almost everything. In this conversation, we're going to walk through 7 practical ways to start again from zero. Not theoretical advice, but simple, realistic steps that help people slowly rebuild stability, confidence, and direction. And everything begins with something difficult but powerful, accepting reality without letting it destroy your spirit. When life collapses, many people spend months or even years denying what happened. They wait for things to magically return to how they were. But progress begins when you honestly say, "This situation is real, and I need to move forward from here." A man once shared how his small construction company failed, leaving him in debt at 39. For months, he avoided talking about it, hoping things would somehow fix themselves. But once he accepted the reality, he began looking for work opportunities again. Acceptance didn't remove pain, but allowed action to begin. Acceptance is not giving up. It is choosing clarity instead of denial. It helps you ask the right question. What can I build next? The next practical step is simplifying life temporarily so you can breathe again. After losing income or stability, trying to maintain the same lifestyle often creates deeper stress. Sometimes starting again means downsizing, moving to a smaller home, reducing expenses, selling unnecessary assets, or adjusting expectations. These changes can hurt pride, but they create space to rebuild without constant financial pressure. A family I heard about moved to a smaller apartment after losing their business income. At first, it felt like failure, but reduced expenses allowed them to stabilize financially, and within a few years, they rebuilt stronger than before. Simplifying life is not permanent defeat. It's a strategic reset that gives you room to recover. Another crucial way to start again is reconnecting with your existing skills instead of believing you must begin from nothing. Many people think they've lost everything, but skills and experience remain. Maybe you manage teams, handle finances, solve problems, or built customer relationships. These abilities still have value. A woman who lost her retail store later used her customer service experience to work in sales for another company. That opportunity eventually helped her open a new business in a better way. You are rarely starting from zero. You are starting from experience, even if circumstances have changed. And as acceptance, simplification, and skill awareness begin rebuilding stability, something important happens inside. The feeling of helplessness slowly fades, replaced by cautious confidence. And once that shift begins, you become ready to rebuild income and opportunity through new directions and consistent effort. Once you accept your situation and create some breathing room, the next challenge appears, rebuilding income and opportunity. This step often feels intimidating because people worry they must immediately replace everything they lost. But starting again usually begins with small, temporary steps rather than instant success. One powerful way forward is being open to work that may not match your previous status or salary. Pride can become a hidden obstacle after failure. Some people refuse smaller opportunities because they feel embarrassed. A former business owner once took freelance delivery work after losing his company. At first, he felt humiliated, but temporary income helped stabilize his finances while he learned new skills. Eventually, he built a logistics consulting service using his past experience. Temporary work is not permanent failure. It is fuel that keeps you moving while building something better. Another practical step is learning new skills that match current market needs. Industries change quickly, and skills that were valuable 10 years ago may need updating. Today, many affordable or free courses exist online. People in their 30s and 40s have successfully learned digital marketing, data skills, online sales, remote services, and technical trades. Learning something new doesn't erase your past. It adds new tools to your experience. A friend in his early 40s learned web design after losing his job. Within a year, freelance projects provided more freedom and income than his previous employment. Learning keeps your future open. And along with skills, rebuilding relationships becomes crucial. After failure, many people isolate themselves out of embarrassment, but connections often lead to opportunities. Talk to former colleagues, friends, and professional contacts. Let people know you're open to work or collaboration. Many opportunities appear through conversations rather than job advertisements. A woman who lost her job once reconnected with an old coworker over coffee. That casual meeting later led to a new job opportunity she never expected. As income slowly stabilizes and new possibilities appear, something inside begins shifting again. You begin to see a path forward. Confidence slowly returns. And with that renewed energy, one final transformation becomes possible, rebuilding hope and long-term direction. So this restart becomes stronger than the previous chapter. Starting again after losing everything is not only about money or career. It's also about rebuilding how you see your future. One important step is forgiving yourself for past mistakes. Many people remain stuck because they replay past decisions endlessly. But guilt does not rebuild life. Action does. A man who went bankrupt once said his life improved only after he stopped calling himself a failure and started seeing himself as someone learning through hardship. Self-forgiveness allowed him to try again without fear. Another practical way forward is setting small, realistic goals instead of overwhelming yourself with big expectations. Trying to fix everything at once creates frustration, but improving one area at a time builds momentum. Maybe your first goal is stabilizing income. Next comes paying off debts, then improving health or relationships. Step by step, life becomes manageable again. And perhaps the most powerful change happens when you start believing that this new beginning may lead to a better life than before. Many people who rebuilt after losing everything say they eventually became happier because they learned what truly matters. Experience becomes wisdom. Mistakes become protection against repeating old patterns. And resilience becomes your greatest asset. Remember, even the smallest changes today can create massive differences in your future. Progress is often slow at first, but steady effort builds results stronger than sudden success. If you're going through this difficult period right now, know that many people watching understand your struggle. Feel free to share your situation or lessons in the comments. Sometimes, hearing another person's story reminds us that recovery is possible and that none of us are truly alone. And if this conversation helped you even slightly, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. This community exists to support people rebuilding their lives, no matter how difficult the journey feels. No matter how much you've lost, your story is not finished. New opportunities, stronger chapters, and unexpected successes can still appear. Wishing you strength to rise again, courage to start from where you stand today, and success in building the future you deserve.